Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah,
of course.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, of course. So, we were talking a little bit about your experience with The Amazing Race. Tell us like, what that experience was like, because that's incredible.
Yeah, it was an adventure of a lifetime. Being able to do it a second time, we went to China, Malaysia, and Thailand too. It was incredible. It was so much fun. Definitely not as fun as the first time, but I keep quoting this movie because it's just amazing. It's C.S. Lewis. He says things never happen the same way twice. And I think we had those same expectations, thinking that like, oh, we're gonna go and we'll last and like go all the way to the end, but we only made it 3 episodes this time. But it was fun. I mean, traveling the world and competing against other teams, that's rad.
Yeah, absolutely. And how did you get involved with it the very first time?
My friend Joey actually auditioned with someone else, and he like didn't like the chemistry, and so he asked me. He's like, "Hey, do you want to do The Amazing Race with me?" And I was at kind of a low point in my YouTube career where I was kind of thinking about heading back home from LA.
Really?
Back to Modesto, and I was just like, I don't have anything else to do. Might as well. Let's just see what happens. And we went on, and it totally changed my life. Like I had such like awesome revelation while I was on the race, just seeing all these different places. I just felt super inspired. And came back with new vision for my YouTube channel.
And refreshed and ready to go.
Yeah, it's what I needed.
Yeah. And so how did that kind of affect your YouTube channel then specifically?
Well, I just learned a lot about myself and things that make me happy. And for a while, my YouTube channel had always been music. And I love music, but it doesn't define who I am. I'm super nerdy. I love cosplay, I love anime, I love cooking, you know, I like gaming. That's what I like doing. So I decided, I'm like, you know what, these are things that I really enjoy, and why not make videos about them? And if people don't like them, then at least I tried, you know what I mean? And so that's what I did, and I came back and started that in April of last year. It went from 200,000 subscribers, which I was stuck at for a whole year, to now we're almost at 700,000. So
that's incredible.
Yeah, so April will be a full year.
Wow, that's amazing. And so that just, I mean, that all happened because you kind of opened up and allowed like the rest of the world to see more of like what your interests were and everything like that.
Yeah, I wasn't afraid. I stopped trying to please everybody else and just did what I loved, and I think the world embraced it.
Yeah.
The world, but you know, the YouTube world.
And so what was it like at the beginning when you first started out on YouTube? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, I used to watch people like Smosh or Brookers, and they were like early frontiers in the YouTube community. They would vlog, and I'm like, man, they're so funny. I'm funny. I feel like I could do this. So I would post videos, and I'd get a few views here and there, but then people started commenting. And I was like, whoa, this isn't like my mom commenting on a video. This is someone else. And it was such a addictive feeling. Like I'm like, oh, I have to post more. People want to see more content from me. Like I have to make sure I post once a week. It was really cool.
And how long did that take for you to sort of start having that engagement with fans?
Actually, only like a couple months. I started posting, and by summertime, because I started in April, by summertime it picked up like crazy. Yeah, I had a video that went, that did really well. It was to I'm a Gummy Bear, and I wiped up.
Okay.
And that's what kind of shot us into like the whole YouTube like world. I had a few videos that got featured too on the front page back before YouTube was acquired by Google.
Right, before everything changed, yeah. And so how has everything changed for you now though, now that you have so many more subscribers? Do you feel any pressure to make certain types of videos? How do you handle with all that?
The pressure's always there, especially because YouTube is my job. It's my main source of income. If I'm not constantly creating and being relevant and posting content, then I'm not making money. So it's not like a regular 9-to-5 job where I put in my hours and then I take home a paycheck. It feels much more rewarding, but also way more stressful.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but we have a team of people that everyone has their like certain jobs that they do. We have a VFX team, graphics team, people that work on the website, editors. So it's taken a lot of the stress off of me, and I'm just able to kind of create and fun things. So
and
it's getting easier.
When did you start like bringing people on as part of your team?
Back before I did the second season of The Amazing Race.
Okay.
So back in October, I knew this is the direction I wanted to head, and going on the race, you're gone for 30 days. And I needed to film a lot of content, and November, December are the biggest months for YouTubers because advertisers are just dumping money into AdSense because it's right around Christmas time. So I didn't want to miss out on that, so we had 3 weeks and we created like 108 videos in that time, and we just posted it in November and December. These were interns. but they were amazing and they really proved themselves, so that ended up being our team.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's how that happened. And then in terms of like figuring out your style, I mean, I know that The Amazing Race was important to you, but were there any YouTubers that sort of influenced you in terms of like what you wanted to create and who you were inspired by?
I always like surrounding myself with people who inspire me. My friend Joey, he's great. He's so funny.
Yeah.
He kind of encouraged me to be like myself, be more nerdy on my channel. Daily Grace, she's so funny. Also, let's see, who else? There's just so many people. Community channel on YouTube. I can name like all of my friends on YouTube too that are just amazing inspirations. I think that's how the YouTube community works. We respect other content creators, and that's where we pull our inspiration from.
Yeah. And at what point did you want to commit to this and make this your job?
2010, when I got a really nice paycheck. I was like, okay, I'm quitting. This is supporting me. And that's what I did. I'm quitting my old job and school, and I just did YouTube full time.
And was that, I mean, what was that experience like? Like those first few weeks, did that change anything to realize like, okay, I'm really committing to this?
It was scary.
Yeah,
like,
it was just
yeah,
really scary.
that's when it really hit me, because I was making enough to live. It was, my paycheck was bigger than my paycheck that I would get from working 9 to 5, but it was also like, if I didn't post, then I saw the cut in my paycheck, and there was no security.
Wow.
So I'm like, I just need to go hard and make sure I have money.
And what do you think like most people out there that sort of are just YouTube consumers don't really realize about like YouTubing and being a YouTuber as a profession?
I think it's still such a mystery.
Yeah.
I think people don't understand it at all. And the average viewer, they just, we thrive because they watch, and I will be forever grateful for that. But there also is like this weird sense of entitlement that comes from them being a viewer. Like, well, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? I missed all of you, things like that. Which is kind of like, people don't realize, like we do this for free and there's 100% risk involved for us. And we do it because we love doing it and we love, you know, the fans.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think a lot of people forget. It's there, but they really do forget about it.
They forget that there's a real person behind what's actually happening.
Exactly. We're not characters, we're real people.
Right. That are allowed to grow and develop and change their style and everything like that. So speaking of that, coming up for the future for you, like what are you thinking about? Are you always thinking of ideas for new videos?
Oh, totally. We have 11 new shows that are going to kick off hopefully in May or early summer. We're in pre-production right now for a lot of them and shooting them. So pretty exciting. You can expect a lot from my channel. We're working on a few features and web series. Like, we're doing anything and everything. It's pretty awesome. So.
And do you feel like being in LA is important to your career as a YouTuber?
Oh, totally. I wouldn't have met half the people that I know now if it wasn't for moving to LA. It has like boosted my career and also just opened so many more like opportunities. It's amazing. LA is the place to be if you want to be doing what?
Really?
YouTube, yeah.
That's great advice. And then in terms of advice and everything, if you were to talk to sort of someone who's about to start their YouTube career and was like determined to make it as a YouTuber, what do you tell those people when you do that?
I tell them make sure you do videos that you love doing. Take the best out of, you know, your inspirations and make it your own. Do something that no one else is doing because the internet is still very young. You may think that it's out there, it's already out there, but it's not. And it's not like you haven't done it, so it's different.
I love that. That's great. Yeah. And then in terms, we've also been asking everyone sort of what do you feel like you've done that's been really important to your career and your success on your channel? Is there anything new?
Yeah, this past year, bringing in new people onto my channel. It's,
collaborations or?
No, I'm expanding my brand.
Okay.
It's not just Strawberry17, it's not just my channel, I'm sharing it with other people. So the interns that came on, they pitched show ideas. There's one that's Nerdy Debate, then there is one called Your Turn, which is tech review and gaming review, and then there's Zombie Survival, and then there's Gossip Boy, which is my brother's show, and he just reviews comments. It's really funny. But that was a huge change for me, and I think it was the best decision that I had made in terms of going forward with my channel, because I have an amazing platform. Why not share it with other creative people who are just as passionate about what I'm doing, you know? It makes sense.
That's really great. That's great. I think that's a great place to end the interview. Thank you so much for talking to us. That was amazing. It was awesome to hear about everything.